Hello, hello, hello. Check in right now to see if you're doing this one thing. And if you are, it can make a big difference about weight loss and keeping it off. Hi, I'm Dr. Stephanie Fine. I'm so happy to be with you. It's Thursday at 12:30 and we're always here. So it is the new year. Happy New Year. It's nice to be in a new year. What it does to me, because it feels like nothing is different because nothing is, we still have pandemic and political craziness, but we have the chance of feeling newness, right? Our brains are sort of wired with this cycle, and so we're ready for newness. And boy, that feels good to have that push of something like, ooh, maybe I can do something. Maybe I can make a decision. Maybe I can make things different. And weight loss is the thing we talk about here. Wonderful time to do that. Any time is a great time, but why not take advantage of the good feeling? So the thing I'm talking about, this one thing, is not eating after dinner. I know. So what I want you to do you eat after dinner? If you do, that is going to be one of the main reasons that you're either it's difficult to lose weight or you haven't been able to do it, eating after dinner. That habit is one that does need to be changed. And I'm going to talk to you about it a little bit here. So I do a lot of these experiments with myself and thought exercises. I started thinking about dessert in general, right? So if you're listening to your body in terms of hunger, which I highly recommend, I talk a lot about the hunger scale, and you can find other videos on that too. Basically, the hunger scale is from -5, which means empty. You absolutely have no fuel left in you whatsoever, through 0 all the way to 5. 5 is Thanksgiving stuffed, like opening your pants, uncomfortable. Never want to be at the 5s, either one. Where we actually want to be is in the 2s. So -2 meaning, oh, I'm hungry. I'm not really hungry. I'm hungry. And +2 means, oh, I'm satisfied. I'm not 3 full or 4 very full or 5 unbelievably full, this uncomfortable. I'm 2. I'm satisfied. When you can learn for your body what that feels like, you are golden. You are going to do well no matter what food is put in front of you. You will be able to handle yourself. So when I was thinking about the hunger scale and dinner, and I'm thinking, and dessert is the first thing I was thinking, well, if I'm satisfied, then there's no reason for dessert. Like, why would I eat once I'm already hit 2? You know what I mean? So of course my answer to that is eat less food so you can have dessert. Because it really matters to be at 2 and not at 3, 4, or 5. When we're at 3, 4, or 5, we are overeating. Overeating always leads to weight gain or no weight loss. Okay, so we're trying to avoid overeating. We don't overeat when we stop at 2. Now, what's in the food, that gets you to the 2, it makes a difference. And certainly when when you have a lot of weight to lose, it makes less of a difference. But as you get into the smaller amounts of weight, then those food choices really make a difference. But if you want like some like a part of a piece of cake at the end of your meal because it's a special meal, then eat less of the food. And then you'll have room for it. That whole idea. Room isn't finding room so you can stuff it in there so you're full. Think of your meal, plan it out. And if you want to include the little bit of dessert, then fit it in there, but within the satisfaction, not more than that, which brings me to eating after dinner. If you're satisfied, there is literally no reason to eat after dinner. Not a one. It's the same concept as dessert, but more, right? Because it depends, of course, when you're eating dinner. Obviously, this isn't going to be to every person, but it's going to be 90% of people. You have dinner and you're in bed 4 hours later, 3 hours later, something like that. There's no need to eat within 3-ish hours, and certainly not right before you go to bed. So your dinner is a satisfying dinner, hopefully includes some protein, lots of veggies, and you're satisfied by definition. You've gotten to 2, you've had enough food. You don't need more food. So any food after dinner is going to be overeating. And that's the place to start if you are trying to lose weight. If you notice you are eating after dinner, something's going on. It is not connected to your hunger, which is the only reason to eat when you're hungry. If you're bored, if you're lonely, if you're nervous, if you're tired, if you're any of those things, eating is not the answer. We've sometimes made it the answer, but it's not the answer. The only reason to eat is to fuel your body. You will be signaled that you need some when you're hungry, physically hungry, not brain hungry, where we just like, ooh, that looks good, I want some. I just had this image of like, if the mouth was closed, if you couldn't get the food in when you didn't need it. That's what we're doing, but we need our mouth to also talk, and we have free will, so it's not going to work that way. But we have to then figure that out with our brain. And one of the ways is to notice that you were satisfied with your dinner and you don't need any more food. Your body doesn't need food. Now, if you're up 6 hours, why are you up so late? So that's the other thing, is because if you are up 6 hours after dinner, you might in fact get hungry. I mean, that would be true. But is it midnight now? So why are you going to bed so late? 7 hours of sleep is the minimum to have your hormones be balanced in terms of how hungry you get and that sort of thing. So with this idea of not eating after dinner and going to bed maybe a little earlier so that you're not up you're not up and get hungry. So then we've stopped the overeating after dinner and you've gotten more sleep. Oh my God, win, win, win. So this trick could be so helpful. The other thing that's really helpful about it is you can start to identify why you're eating. So maybe you just don't know. You're like, this is what I do. Yes, let's question it. And now you're getting better at the hunger scale and you're figuring out why you were eating. Maybe it was boredom. Oh, well then I'm going to have a hobby, or I'm going to talk to a friend, or I'm going to watch this thing, or whatever it is. So much awareness can be gained by examining this behavior of eating after dinner. So I encourage you to do that. I would love to hear about your adventures and what if you learned anything from this. And I'm always here, drfinemd.com. I'm there, and you can always talk to me that way. I'm sending you lots of love. Have a great week. Mwah. Goodbye.